Revelations on Revelation.
This week, we move to a new phase in Revelation, the 7 trumpets and woes.
We branched off from talking about the first 7 seals, and in the seals we noticed that it started with 4 horsemen. And the first horseman was a white horse, which is bringing conquest, and we said that this was a sign of the Antichrist. And some people say this is Christ coming back. No, that's not Christ coming back, because even though he was on a white horse, he was coming to conquer, and he had a bow, but there was no arrow. He had no crown. A crown was given to him. And so he comes to deceive, and then right after he comes and say, I'm it, and he makes a covenant, and he helps to bring world peace, he switches around and then begins to show his real face. And then we saw that it led to wars, that's the red horse, and then famine, the black horse, and then death, the pale horse. And we noted that the pale horse is a palish, greenish type of horse, because that was signifying death, and the Greek word is chloros, which is where we get chlorophyll from, a kind of greenish thing that talks about death. And then we also noted that right after you have that first seal and the second seal and the third seal and the fourth seal, we saw in chapter 6 of Revelation that the souls of many Christians were under the altar in heaven, crying out and saying, God, how much longer are you going to be before you redeem us, before you save us? And because of that, my thought, which is not what I grew up with, I grew up believing in a pre-tribulation rapture, and now because of this chapter in the Bible, I have shifted to a mid-tribulation, and I'll talk more about that in a few seconds. But we have this thing where after the first 4 seals, you have people crying out to God, and he's saying, wait a little bit longer until the full number of your people, of your fellow believers, have come to fruition. And then we go to the next seal, which was the 6th seal.
Join us next time for more Revelations on Revelation. Subscribe and follow. You don't want to miss a moment.